So can you really earn very easy money on $7 click and get up to $7 per click on $7 click as it claims, or is it just a scam? My name is Michael from paidfromservice.com, and I've joined and tested this site myself, and in this video I'm going to give you an inside look so you can see exactly what you get, and I'm also going to show you some reasons that you, in my opinion, have to be very careful before spending any time on reaching the payout threshold and getting $7,000 as it says here. So I'm now logged into $7 click, and it of course sounds very appealing that you can get $7 per click, and that way you earn a lot of easy money online just for watching an ad or going to a website, because that is what they offer. But before getting too excited, let me just show you some things that are, in my opinion, big red flags that you need to consider. And yeah, of course, here, there's a lot of opportunities. You see, you have to go to a site, watch it for 25 seconds, and then you'll get $7. It's like, of course, very easy, and there are a lot of them, right? And I can tell you that, and I'll just show you that I've tried to do this. And when I go to my account here and go to the stats, you can see that there are actually, money going into the account when you do this. So, you earn into the account here. So far so good, right? But before again getting too excited, there are some things you need to know, because the first big warning sign is that they give you $7 per click, because if you've ever joined pay-to-click sites before, service sites that offers you to click ads, things like this, you know that this is just an unreasonable high thing to reward to get for watching a website or an ad for 25 seconds. Usually options like this pay maybe 1 cent, sometimes even less to do. So how can they then pay that much? Because when you look at the purchase options, how much does the advertisers pay, right? You can see down here, they pay $10 for 1,000 clicks. So obviously the money doesn't come from the advertisers. So then it becomes a little bit weird, because if the ads were then really expensive, then it would make sense. But they are still paying very low price per click, like 1 cent or something like that per click. So it's it's not from the advertisers that it comes from. So that's the first big question, like where does that money, how can they afford to pay you 7 clicks or $7 per click? That's a little bit strange. So that's one thing. So the second red flag I want to show you is that you can cash out at $7,000. So you need to click 1,000 of these ads to be able to cash out and earn $7,000. And that's just a ridiculously high payout threshold. Mostly sites like this, maybe some have a no payout threshold. You can get paid when you've earned $1. Others maybe have $5, $10, but like $7,000, that means you have to invest a lot of time before you will actually know if you will get the money, and before you can verify for yourself if it works or not. So I'm not saying, I'm not claiming it's not, because I have definitely not planned to try to get to the $7,000 and spend my time doing that. So, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just explaining you why I am definitely not going to spend the time doing that. And one of the big things also is that, in addition to the high payout threshold, here you see you cannot withdraw without buying a membership. So there are like bronze, silver, and gold memberships, and a silver one here you can buy like monthly memberships or yearly memberships. Silver one is like over $900, and the gold membership is you can't even buy for a year. Here you can, if you go to this one, then $700 for a year, and the difference for the memberships is how much you will get. You can click here and see the yearly one and to get the information, but that's actually how much you earn from other people that you recruit to this platform. So yeah, again, it seems like it's a platform that is really encouraging you to get other people to join, and this seems like where they're getting the money from, right? Because you have to pay quite a lot to be able to get the money, and from what I read in the terms also, then there is a waiting period when you finally reach the cash out threshold. Then there's a waiting period of 4 months, because they have to check that it's actually real. So you can't just like get a 1-month membership and then see if you can get paid, and then you say, okay, the risk is not so big. But you actually have to obviously be a member for quite a while before you can get that, and the memberships are quite expensive. There are other PTC sites that have, premium memberships, but usually they're a lot cheaper. And then there's a couple of more really big red flags that I'm just going to jump into their like terms and conditions, so you can see what you need to be aware of. So the last big red flag I want to show you is that, of course, when you then reach $7,000, you want to get paid. But there are some questions at the FAQ section here when it says, why have I not received a payout? And that's just, then it's because you have breached the terms of use. Or why was your account suspended? That's because you breached the terms of use. But that means that you can actually, it seems like you can at any time have your account suspended. And then I'll just jump to the terms here, and that's where you say here, where you put that together with what I just showed you, and here it said once you made it to $7,000 in cash or 1,000 clicks, if the payout box does not appear, this means you have breached our terms of service and do not qualify for a payout. So that means that according to what the terms say here, that you actually not necessarily told right away if you breach their terms, because who knows, maybe you breached the terms already after you clicked a few times, but you will just find out once you reach the $7,000, and you paid because you need to pay for membership to be able to see if you can cash out. Then if the cash out or payout box does not appear, then it's because you breached the terms. It's not that they will reach out to you and explain it. And this is, for me, is a huge, huge red flag, because you have to invest a lot of time and you have to invest quite a bit of money to be able to cash out. And then it seems like they can just, you don't really know if you will actually be able to cash out or not. Overall, I think $7 click just has too many red flags, so it's definitely not a site I want to recommend. The extremely high payout cash out threshold, the terms and conditions, that means that you don't really know if you can get paid or not, and these like very high clicks or pay per click, it just seems very strange when you also look at what the advertisers pays. Plus you actually have to pay to be able to get a payout. There are legit PTC sites in general. If you want to make a little bit of extra cash online, there are also get paid to sites or service sites that offer these options, or where they offer better ways where you can earn some extra cash on the side. So you can read more about these options on my website, paidfromservice.com, and here you can also read the full details about $7 click and see what you definitely have to be careful about, in my opinion, be careful about before joining, and then take that into consideration, so at least you know what you get into and what the potential risks are if you decide to join. And also make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more reviews of get paid to sites and service sites, PTC sites, and see how to get the most out of them and get insights looks, so you can see what you will actually get before you end up joining and potentially wasting your time.